Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. If you are looking for love, our next guest says dating apps may not be the place to turn. Here to tell us why, we welcome the author of Thank You, More Please, A Feminist Guide to Breaking Dumb Dating Rules and Finding Love, dating coach Lily Womble. Thanks for joining us today.
So glad to be here.
So let's start with the positive. Let's talk about why the apps became so popular in the first place.
They're very popular because they work sometimes and they're very easy to use. It's appealing to have a date at the swipe of your finger, especially when in-person dating can feel so daunting.
For sure. And then there's a lot of backlash against the apps though as well. So what are some reasons why it might not work for everybody?
Dating apps were fundamentally built like slot machines. They were designed to addict users to the possibility of your matches in the next swipe, which means that your brain has way too many options at its disposal, meaning you're going into cognitive overload. That's why I think we see so much ghosting and bad behavior on dating apps, because our brains literally can't handle that much data. So they can be a powerful tool to find love, but you got to use it with a plan and intention.
Okay, and then what about safety concerns? I think especially a lot of women that are online dating have that at the top of their mind all the time.
Absolutely. So dating apps have a history of putting profit above their users. A 2019 suit from the FTC against Match Group, which owns Hinge and Tinder and Match.com, found that Match was using bots to lure people into paid app upgrades. So it's important to go in with eyes wide open and be conscious that this is a business trying to make money. And if you're trying to find love, you need to know what your desires and intentions are so you can go in and not be the victim of a dating app.
Okay, so you have some great ideas and suggestions of meeting people in the real world, or in the wild, as my friends and I like to say.
Absolutely. I think this spring and summer is the best time to meet someone IRL. And here's how I recommend you do it. Number one, joy building. It sounds so simple, but going outside and doing something that brings you joy around new people is a way to increase the quality of your life, also to make new friendships and expand your social circle. That gets me to number two, which is co-conspirators. How can you use your friends who have your back, who love you, to be an expert matchmaker for you, to be an expert wing person? And it's not that your friends don't know how to set you up, it's that you haven't helped them set you up more effectively. And so I talk about this in my book, but it's really important to share your preferences, to share what feels supportive, what doesn't feel supportive with your friends so they can help you better. And that gets into number three, which is eye contact. Eye contact and saying hi to a cute stranger can feel very daunting, but it doesn't have to be a deal breaker if you use my mantra: if I'm willing to feel awkward, then I'm unstoppable in my dating life.
Okay, and one moment of awkwardness can really pay off, like you just said.
Absolutely. All humans want connection, and the right person is also looking for you too.
That's true. And do you find sometimes that maybe people end up knowing someone in their life in some other way that they'll end up having a really wonderful romantic connection with, maybe at a later date when just things are a little bit different in their lives?
It happens every single day, and it really is more possible for you to find love when you're going at it intentionally and when you're asking for what you want out loud and often, not in a desperation sort of way, but in a joyful way that invites the people around you to support you in your pursuit of what you want, which is the right relationship.
For sure. Can you tell us about some of the dumb dating rules that you're trying to abolish?
Oh my goodness. One of the dumbest dating rules out there is play the numbers game.
Oh.
This is saying go on all of the dates. And essentially, it's telling people, especially women, are you sure you know what you want? Why don't you just go on one more date, which is exhausting. And so instead of playing the numbers game and going on all the dates, I believe that you are for the few, not for the many. And that when you ask for what you want and you qualify the right people and disqualify the wrong ones with intention, that you can actually find the right people for you more quickly than if you were just trying to be for everybody.
Okay, so if you kind of do that inner work in the first place, you'll be better set up for success later on.
Absolutely. And again, going back to the getting awkward, ask for what you want in your dating life. So many people are couching what they want for fear that it's going to be too much for someone, for fear that they're going to say the wrong thing. One of my favorite pieces of advice is you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person.
That makes total sense. Hey, thank you so much for talking with us today. And before I let you go, I am dying over your Miss Piggy and Kermit portrait behind you. That's a prized possession.
It's my favorite possession. It's a decorative plate, and I'm so glad you noticed.
I
Thank
love
you,
it.
more,
I
please.
see you. I'm so happy. Hey, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
We'll have more on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.